Hello, good day. Welcome to interface modeling class. Okay, so for the first few weeks, you already gone through a series of Rhino tutorial. Okay, you've been following the module of how to create 3D model. Okay, using a Rhino. So now there's a time for you to go through uh, a rendering phase. Okay, so those 5 weeks or 6 weeks you already been doing modeling. Okay, you construct you from the line, you construct surface, and then you combine together to become an object or whatnot. Okay, so now it comes where you need to render, to apply the material, to apply the lighting, to do a visualization in order to show or to present your idea. All right. So before this, before Keyshot exists, okay, a lot of 3D modelers and visualizer having a tough time to render, to apply the material. Okay, they need to set every single thing. They need to um, set the lighting. They need to choose a proper lighting, what kind of light, how strong is the light, and then the environment, whether it's reflective or not, whether the is bouncing or not. And then they need also to set the materials. Okay, they need to apply each of the materials or preset or reset the materials, uh, every single thing. Okay, if the plastic, how the plastic react. Okay, how the plastic reflect or retract the light. Okay, or how the glass refract the light, or how reflect the environment. Okay, or how to retract the light, the what we call it, or the light bounce within the material itself. How about the texture? They need to set each of it to make sure when it comes when they apply all the material is all set, falls to each part properly, and they manage to come up with a proper visualization. But now when the Keyshot come out, this task become very easy. Keyshot have more than 700 preset materials, but I believe more than thousands of materials preset. Okay, that you can choose and drag and drop, and then the lighting is all there. You just need to choose and apply accordingly. Okay, but before we go to the uh, Keyshot, we need to do several. We need to do some settings. We need to apply a few layers to our model. Okay, in order to work with the Keyshot. This Keyshot is very powerful or very easy to use, where it's recognized a lot of native, more than 5 native software. Okay, native files to each the software. For example, it recognizes Rhino, it recognizes 3D Max, it recognizes uh, Blender, okay, or Maya. All right, so uh, you no need to export to a certain format of file. You just save it as your native file. If you use Rhino, you save it as Rhino. If you use 3D Max, you just save it as a 3D Max, and then you just import directly to the Keyshot. But first, you need to go to your respective software and do the layering. Okay, so first let's go to the Rhino software, and then we apply the layer accordingly. So we in this class also I show you guys on how to apply the layer in Rhino. Okay, please download a bomb 10 2010 in the Facebook group. Okay, I will put the file together with this tutorial, with this video. Okay, where is it? Okay, so this is the, when you open up the file, it will become like this. All right. On your right, okay, this is the bomb, okay, so-called bomb. Okay. All right. On your right, this is where the panel of layer. Okay. If you cannot find it, just click. Okay. Over here, this is the layer. Okay, we have default, and then layer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you cannot find it over here, you can type. Okay, for example, if there's like this, type layer. Okay, it come out. Or if you go to the panel, if your layer is unticked like this, you just tick it, and there we go. This is your layer. All right, on top of here, on your, this is new layer, on how you create the layer. Okay, just click once, you create. Okay, again and again and again accordingly. Okay, and then if you want to delete, select the layer that you delete and then delete. Okay, sub layer, if you want to create a new layer below the main layer. Okay, this, below this, if you want to create a sub layer. See, all right, it's a sub layer for this layer 1. Right, so this one is you want to move up your layer, this one is move down. Okay, whether you, and then this is filter. Okay, you want to switch on or switch off. This is same as a hide or unhide. Lock. Okay, to lock your layer, to lock your object so that it doesn't move, it doesn't uh, you doesn't misselect. Okay, unlock layer object. Okay, and then this is how you switch on and switch off. Okay, if you are in a current layer, you cannot switch on. If I double click, this is now you cannot switch off, you cannot hide. Okay, you also cannot lock. Okay, so if you just double click over here, that will be your current layer. Okay, so first you need to choose what object that you want to assign, or you just choose the first layer. Okay, for the first layer, I think I will choose this polysurface, this ring. Okay, um, once you choose, you will highlight the yellow part like this, and then over here you right click, change object layer. You scroll down to change object layer. So once you apply, it will turn color into this one. Why is red? Because over here is assigned in the red color. If you want to change it, you can go to, okay, you click this box, this red box, and you can change to whatever color you want. For example, yellow. Okay, change to yellow. Right. Next is to rename of this. Okay, you just double click over this layer 01, double click it, and then backspace, put maybe this layer as a top ring. Okay, because it's in a ring shape. Okay, next is this 3 button. Okay, this 3 some sort like a button here. Okay, go to the layer number 2, right click, change object layer. See, since it's a purple layer, you can change to the purple color. Okay, double click, top try button, try B, maybe that's the name. Okay, and now you can hide it. you can switch off it. Okay. Ah. Okay. Next is to this round button or sphere button or just a top button. Okay. Select, assign to the layer number 3, change object, change the name, top button. Okay. Hide it. Next to this top cover. Okay. Layer number 4, assign again. Okay, don't forget, select object, go to the layer that you want to use, select it. Okay, right click, change object layer, and then double click the name so that you can rename top cover. All right, there you go. And then layer number 5, switch off this, you can have this. Maybe I choose pillar first, so easier for me to choose, or maybe the inside body. Okay, yeah, these two part. um right click, change object layer, maybe just put body. Okay, next is switch off it. This time I want to choose this pillar. All right, assign to change object, double click it, put pillar. Okay, maybe the color is red. All right, so next is I switch off the pillar, I activate the layer number 7 so that I can choose all this nut and bolt. Okay, change object layer, change the name, top nut. Okay, then go to layer number 8, switch this off, select the mid body, change object layer, again double click it and change the name, body top cover, mid cover. Okay, all right, so this one is mid nut. Assign a change object, means that you assign the layer mid nut. Yep. Then the last layer, assign the change object layer and the bottom cover. Bottom cover. All right. Okay. So this. All right. It's all switch on everything. Okay. And then save. Save as bomb with layer. Okay. And save. So stop sharing the screen now. Okay. You switch on, open up the Keyshot. I'm using Keyshot 7. Okay. Window, Keyshot, share. Okay. Now you are in the Keyshot 7. Okay. Once you open, it will be a screen like this. Okay. over here and the floating window over here. I just move this aside. Okay. Uh, there's an announcement, a quick short tutorial, whatnot, what's new. Okay. Some webinar, some introduction over here, some tips and tricks. You can find it. Demo session, you can see how they play around with this material and stuff. Get down here, you can see they have Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, you name it. Okay, forum and up. And then what you need to do, just switch off this, close. Okay, over here on the top left, you can see this is the toolbar over here. This one is startup. This is the setting of the workspace. Okay, startup is empty like this, or else you want to go for default. Okay, they have a library switch on and the project. Okay, project parts or bar over here. Okay, this is pause. Okay, like I said, this Keyshot is very easy to use and quite powerful. How powerful is it? It can render real time. Means that whatever changes that you do, you don't need to click render. It will automatically render, okay, according to your preference, according whatever that you set. You turn slightly a bit, it will render. You apply one material on the parts, it will render. You zoom, it will render again. You pan, you dolly, you do any changes to the object, it will re-render on the spot. Okay, and you get, if you, when you see it, it will become smoother and better. Okay, by given time. Okay, so if you want to pause, you don't want to do that, you just click pause. Performance over here, performance mode means that you want to speed up the rendering process. So it will sacrifice other parts, but you make sure you can uh, render it quite fast. Okay, this is where you want to move, pan or dolly your object, and this is your perspective or your excuse me, or your focal length of the camera. Okay, excuse me. Okay, down here, okay, just ignore the cloud library yet. First, okay, first button over here on the middle down or middle bottom is the first one is to import. Okay, import your model or your files, and then next is your library where it house all the collection, um, whether it's a material, whether it's a lighting setup, whether it's a background, whether it's a template or whatnot. And then project is where you do, okay, let's see the library. Okay, library, this is the library where you have the materials, you have the colors, texture, environment, backplate. Okay, it holds more than thousands of selection. Okay, if you see the materials here, you have architectural, you have paint, leather, glass, liquid, metal. Okay, inside the metal we have hundreds of choice of metal. Okay, uh, liquid, you have few liquid that you can play around with it. Okay, you can zoom, make it bigger or not, like this. Okay, or you want to make it at least like this. Okay, for me I just simply make it, yeah. Okay, color over here, choice of color, Pantone, Royal colors or whatnot. Okay, then texture, if you want to play around with a bump, with a crack, with scratches or whatnot. Okay, the environment or the lighting setting or preset for, and then the reflection, the environment, the surrounding. Okay, is here. Okay, you have interior, this, you have outdoor, you have a studio base, okay, which is quite nice. Even though without using this, you just using a default environment lighting like this is good enough. Or even there's a sky, okay, the morning sky or sunset. And then you have your backplate. Backplate is like a superimpose where you last time you need, once you render in the object, then you need to open up in the Photoshop, and then you need to cut it and need to apply the background so that you do the superimpose. Now you can do that here. You no need to crop, you no need to to do a lasso whatsoever to the object and then paste it on the other background. Now no need, you can straight away choose the environment or whatever that they provide over here, a few samples, or you can use on your own. Okay, you can find you can take photos, you can download the pictures, and you can import over here. Okay, next is okay, once you're done with the library, you go to the project. So over here, this is where you want to tweak all those advanced setting. Okay, uh, the choice of the camera, the choice of the focal length, right? You want to do some adjustment on the materials, okay, or the lighting, on the environment. It's all here. It's all where you can adjust. Okay, on your left is a basic preset. You can just drag. But later on, you want to tweak it. You want to go for advanced level. You can do that over at the project. Okay, and then you have animation. We'll talk later on, or I will share another video about animation. Then now they have a Keyshot XR or VR, and then there's a render button. Okay, this is one you already finalized your layout, your design, your color, your materials, your lighting. Then you click render to produce a proper render or proper photos of visualization. Okay, so now let's import our bomb just now. Okay, click import, find the file. Okay, bomb with layer, open up. Okay, just ignore the location orientation. I find out that if I just straight up import, it will lay flat. So I want it to sit vertically. Okay, so I set to Z orientation and then I click import. Just ignore the rest. So this is what you have. Okay, you need to control using your left button and then middle button only. Okay, middle button you can click to pan and to roll this button to zoom in, zoom out. Oh, sorry. uh, Left button to tumble around. Okay, turn. Okay, okay, next. Even now, if you zoom in, see, slowly it will become smoother and smoother. Okay, the lighting settle in, just nice. Okay, so now let's do some let's apply some material on it. Okay, so click the library, the bottom one. See, there's a library at the bottom middle. Go to the material. Okay, this open up this library material, go for materials. So first, since this is a bomb, maybe the outer part is being made by metal. Okay, so let's go to the metal part. Okay, this is the choice. Okay, you have other nice such. Okay, chrome rough, okay, chrome brush. See, even though they have under nice titanium. Let's try under titanium. Apply here at the top part. Okay, apply in the middle. Okay, material with the same name is already in use. Do you want to link this material? If you say yes, means that if you apply the changes on the top of the material, on the top part, this one will follow. So maybe I say no for the time being. Okay, so it doesn't link. So if I change, for example, if I change this, see, stand on its own. It doesn't follow at the top part. All right. So again, no, I don't want to link. All right. Also, I don't want to link. Okay. Next is maybe I want to use a green anodize to this part. How about the red? Where's the red? Okay. Titanium. Why titanium? Why not we go for aluminium, red aluminium? Okay, and then is it blue? It's purple or orange? Aluminium for this. Yep. Is it okay? No. Maybe the yellow part, the green part is so obvious. Want to change it. Blue? How about blue? Maybe. Okay. The next is we want to put a bit contrast to the nut. Okay, silver. No, we'll find a darker one. Yep, this one for nut like this. And then for the pillar, how about the pillar? Do you want to use a blue one? Let's try blue. Okay. And then in the middle, maybe just go for a liquid. Coffee, beer. Let's try put this one. Yeah. Okay. So over here, you already have a very basic writing, okay, or material. So this, just leave it settle down. See, the lighting is how good is the rendering. Very smooth, very nice over here. If you're not satisfied, you can go for another materials or metal. Go for much more that iron rough. No, I think there's somebody using iron rough already. Rough black, perhaps. Rough black down here. Yep. Still no, I don't want to link it. Okay, maybe like this, or maybe bluish is too playful. Change to nickel brush, maybe. Okay, so by now you already have a very nice texture. You already apply. See, slowly smoothen out. Okay, there's a reflection, everything is there. Next is if you want to apply the environment. Okay, for this time around, I just show you the materials and the environment, and backplate, or maybe later on some white background. Okay, this one is not so white. It's okay. So first, you choose the environment. So this environment, whatever that you choose, it will reflect on the material. If your material is quite reflective, it will shows. For example, if I use this one as a, okay, see there's a reflection over here. Okay, the environment just that you choose is not suitable for your background. No, it's just for the lighting and the reflection. That's why you see it's kind of floating in the middle of it, because why, they just want to give you the lighting and the reflection condition. It's not suitable for the to set as your background. Okay, so next, if you set suitable only or you don't want, you can use a studio light. Okay, 2 panel, this very bright, depending on the source light where you put it, where the background, the reflection and all. All right. Okay. And then if you want just if you want to put a background, okay, for example, okay, you have the interior in the corridor like this, just select and drop, and then you need to position properly. Okay, whether this one is suitable or not. Okay, so this one you cannot turn around the environment. It's just a flat piece of photo. What you can do, you just can adjust your model. Okay, if not suitable, find other place, find other photos like this. Okay, put in the center or whatnot. Then you can change the setting like this, or you want to make it bigger. Right. Okay, so now if you satisfied like this, you can render it, or if you want to do some, make sure if you want to make sure that your perspective is correct, you can go to the project over here, go for environment, or is it environment, no, is it lighting, camera, yeah, it's in the camera. Okay, go down and you see a ground grid. Okay, over here you can move, there's a grid line that helps you to guide whether your perspective is correct or not. Like this, I want to make it as center as possible. The line, this, okay, 1 point perspective is showing to this point. If the grid, if you notice, it doesn't follow much, so we can change the perspective or the focal length to suits the perspective. See, or right, so that this will follow perspective accordingly. Okay, right, is it suitable, is it, or you want to put somewhere around here, check again, perspective, is it following or not. Okay, still okay. So if you're satisfied like this, okay, the perspective is a bit skewed, but it's following all the projection, you're satisfied, then you can click render. Okay, Over here, you can choose the still image animation Keyshot VR configurator. So we just want to go for still image. Select a file. Okay, rename it. Bomb in tunnel. Okay, folder. I just choose desktop. Select object, and then the format you can change TIFF, XR, okay, PNG, PSD. Just use JPEG. Okay, the resolution, if you just want to show to view in the computer, the resolution 1024 is good enough, or you can see the preset. The resolution become higher and higher. The highest is 7680 times 5120. Okay, you can go as big as that, and the DPI is 300. Print size, so you can preset this. It's up to you what size that you want. Okay, if you want to print, make sure it's a 300 dpi. If not, it will become pixelated or not. So just ignore the rest and you can click render. Okay, so once it's done, I will stop sharing this one and open up the file. Okay, reset and present window. So this is the photo that you render just now. Okay, all right. So if you want other renderings, for example, you just want to have a plain white background, let's do that. Stop sharing. You open up the Keyshot again. Present now. Window. Keyshot. Share. Okay, if you don't want to change the focal length, okay, come 50 mm again. 50 mm is quite okay. Perspective. The environment, you click at from the environment, you go to the color, and yes, white. Okay, plain white like this. So this is if you want to render just a white color, white background like this. Okay, and again click render. So I put this render bomb in the tunnel 17. Okay, bomb in white. Okay, desktop, ignore the rest, render. So here we render. And then I'll start sharing now. Open up the file, present. Okay, so this is the photo that we rendered just now. Okay, so that's it. That's how you use Keyshot for a basic setting, basic lighting, very straightforward material applied. Okay, so first remember, let me stop sharing. Okay, so remember what you need to do is the first one, make sure that you assign your parts to each of the layer. Okay, each part have different layer. Okay, if you forget to do that, when you open up the Keyshot, once you apply the material, the whole object will be the same material. If you apply the fade black, the rest will be the same fade black. You cannot change the color. You cannot change. Yes, you can change the color, but the whole object will follow the changes. Okay, So you need to assign each of your parts to the each of the layer. If you want to have a same parts with the same layer or the same color later on, fine, but do it properly so that you not make a mistake, or your because you cannot change different color when it comes to the same part in the same layer. Okay, you need to assign to different layers so that you can change different color to different layer. Okay, and then once you change the materials to, you apply the materials to the material to the parts, you choose the environment. The environment is the lighting setup. Okay, how the lighting being projected, or how many source of the light, whether it's a studio, whether it's a outdoor, or whether it's indoor. Okay, and then how it will reflect, okay, on your surface. Okay, if your surface is reflective, okay, or reflects object, so this environment will help. It doesn't reflect just empty white. It will reflect the environment, whatever environment that you choose. Okay, and then you can choose a backplate where you help you to superimpose, okay, to the actual background that you want. Okay, the environment just now is just for a lighting and reflection setup. The backplate is where you want to put your environment, whether you want to put your toaster in the back with a kitchen background, or a car on the roadside. Okay, it's there. Then once you're satisfied, you click render. And then even in the render, you need to make sure that your resolution is sufficient to the purpose. Whether you just want to view it on screen, or you want to print it. If you want to print it, make sure the file is sufficient enough to be print. It's supposed to be 300 dpi. The resolution is supposed to be as big as possible so that it doesn't pixelated when you want to enlarge it. Okay, if you have question, please don't afraid to ask me in the Facebook group. This few weeks quite is not empty. It's quite quiet. There's no question. I expect that you don't have a problem in order to follow all the modules that being shared in the Facebook group. Okay. Again, if you have problem, please don't hesitate to ask in the Facebook group. All right. I think that's it for today. I see you guys later on. Stay safe. Make sure you follow all the tutorials. Do all the tutorials. Follow all the videos. Uh, if you want, you can explore more. There's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of option, a lot of tips and webinar out there, whether being shared in the forum, in the official website, or even in the YouTube. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you. Stay safe.